In this video, we're diving into a very interesting topic that has been making rounds in the love and marriage Huntsville community. Today, we're talking about Mel's brother Marcus and some of the things he shared during a live video session. Now, Marcus is someone who has always stayed a bit behind the scenes, but recently he's been speaking out about the impact his sister Mel's show has had not only on her life, but also on the lives of those involved. He is giving us insight into what goes on behind the scenes, his appreciation for Mel's vision, and how it's helped so many people make money and improve their lives in ways they hadn't imagined. Melody Cherie Rogers, the star behind Love and Marriage Huntsville, created this show, and according to Marcus, if it wasn't for her idea, none of this would have been possible. He has a lot to say, not just about the show's success, but also the way people on the show are treated, the ups and downs of being on reality TV, and how it affects relationships. He also took a moment to appreciate his sister for being a guiding force in his life and in the lives of others involved in the show. Let's get into the details of what he shared and why his words matter. Marcus started his live session by talking a little bit about the Super Bowl. He mentioned which team he was rooting for and even threw in some lighthearted jokes about the fans. But before long, he got down to the core of the discussion, Love and Marriage Huntsville and how things really go behind the cameras. Marcus explained that, like any reality TV show, scenes are often edited in a way that doesn't always show the full picture. He mentioned how during one of the last scenes filmed with his sister Mel, there was a lot of fun happening that the viewers didn't get to see. He described moments where they were laughing, cooking, enjoying each other's company, but of course, all we saw was the serious, more dramatic side of things. Marcus hinted that the producers or editors of the show often choose to highlight only certain aspects, which may make viewers believe Mel is still overly obsessed with her ex-husband Martel, a narrative that has been pushed heavily on the show. The thing is, there's so much more going on behind the scenes that doesn't make it onto our screens, and Marcus feels it's important for people to understand that. He also shared that while viewers only saw snippets of these emotional moments, the reality was that everyone involved in the show worked hard to put it together. Marcus even pointed out that the way they portray Mel's storyline is often skewed, leaving out essential details that could help people understand the situation better. For example, he mentioned the whole Revenge P incident that triggered Mel to file for divorce, which was not accurately portrayed. There were other factors involved that producers didn't want to include, but Marcus felt it was important to highlight these things. It's clear that he's standing up for his sister and showing that there's more to the story than what people are shown on TV. Then Marcus took a moment to share his gratitude for Melody and the opportunities she's helped create for him and others. He talked about his own journey in media, specifically radio. Marcus mentioned how he was lucky enough to land a spot on a gospel station, filling in for a radio personality, and eventually getting a regular slot. He thanked people who saw something in him, like Wandell and Stokes, who believed in his potential. It was this belief and recognition of his talents that allowed him to rise in his career. He connected this idea to how Carlos King and Mel worked together to get the show off the ground. Carlos King, who is a producer on the show, saw something special in Mel, and they worked together to bring Love and Marriage Huntsville to life. This collaboration between Mel and Carlos, according to Marcus, was key in making the show a reality. He acknowledged how the show has not only given his sister an incredible platform, but has also helped others who joined the cast, whether they were related to Mel or not. He talked about how, thanks to the success of the show, many cast members were able to find financial stability that they hadn't experienced before. Marcus expressed his deep appreciation for Mel, emphasizing how she has blessed others with opportunities that have changed their lives. Even if it was something small, like $20, Marcus pointed out that it still made a difference. He talked about how, in life, it's not always about big, glamorous checks. Sometimes it's the smaller things that can really help, whether it's paying off a bill or getting through a difficult month. He even mentioned how $20 could help in a situation where you might need a little extra to make ends meet. This kind of small, steady support can go a long way in making life a little easier. For Marcus, these seemingly minor details speak volumes about how Mel has been a blessing to others, even if the appreciation isn't always shown in return. Marcus also acknowledged that not everyone on the show or in the world would show gratitude for the opportunities that Mel has created. He recognized that some people are simply too self-centered or too proud to admit when they've been helped. But, in his opinion, true blessings come when you remain humble and appreciate the opportunities presented to you. He made it clear that even if people don't always say thank you, it doesn't take away from the fact that Mel's contributions have positively impacted many people, both on and off the screen. In his live session, Marcus also made it clear that although he has a connection to the show, he doesn't know the exact details of what everyone makes. He's not always privy to the financial side of things, but he has noticed the benefits that people have gained from being a part of the show. He mentioned that it was interesting to see how people on the show have grown, especially when they go on game shows or other platforms and mention Love and Marriage Huntsville as part of their brand. He highlighted the fact that people outside of the Love and Marriage Huntsville world might not recognize the significance of the show, but it's clear that it has had a lasting impact on those involved. Marcus didn't hold back when talking about how some people on the show behave once they gain a little fame. He mentioned how people sometimes try to be something they're not or act like a power couple on social media, which, in his opinion, isn't the way to go about things. He explained that if you're already a power couple, there's no need to force it or try to show it off. He believes many people on social media, particularly on Instagram, are trying to replicate Mel's success without fully understanding what makes her successful in the first place. They try to copy her style, her posts, and her life, but it's not working because they're not being authentic. Marcus emphasized that instead of trying so hard to imitate someone else, people should just focus on being themselves. This was a very interesting point that Marcus made, especially considering how often we see people in the public eye try to copy others or create personas that aren't genuine. It's a reminder that true success doesn't come from copying someone else's life. It comes from being authentic, working hard, and embracing the opportunities that come your way. And in Mel's case, it's clear that her success didn't come overnight or from trying to be someone she's not. She built it through vision, perseverance, and staying true to herself. Towards the end of the live video, Marcus talked about the future of the show and the reality of being a part of a reality TV series. He made a very interesting point about how, in the world of reality TV, things don't always last forever. He reminded everyone that most reality stars, unless they are truly iconic like Nene Leakes, won't always be recognized in the future. This was a sobering but truthful reminder about the nature of reality TV fame. Marcus shared his own experience in radio, where people knew him by voice, but didn't always recognize him in person. Over time, even that recognition faded, showing how fleeting fame can be. He used this as a lesson to remind the cast and the audience that you can't rely solely on your fame from a reality show to sustain you forever. As Marcus wrapped up his video, he gave a shout out to his sister, Mel, once again. He made it clear how proud he was of her for not only creating the show, but for helping so many people along the way. Even though the show may have changed over the years, Marcus still appreciates the opportunities it's provided and the positive impact it's had on their lives. In the end, Marcus's message was one of gratitude, appreciation, and perspective. He took a moment to thank Mel for being a visionary and for turning her dreams into a reality. He also gave us all a behind-the-scenes look at what goes into making Love and Marriage Huntsville and how it's not always what it seems on the outside. It's a reminder that no matter where you are in life, there's always room for gratitude and humility, and it's those qualities that can truly make a difference in the long run.